people. My name is Kelly Bethia, and I am here on behalf of Black with No Chaser. I'm their media correspondent for CBC Week, also known as the Annual Legislative Conference 52. I am here with the incomparable Miss Shalaya Morissette, the Chief of Minority Business and Workforce Division at the Department of Energy. Shalaya and I met not even a year ago, through work. And I just loved her energy. I love what she's about. And you don't see a whole lot of Black people in the energy space. So I figured, I saw you out here. We got to get to talking. We got to know what you're about, what your division's about, and how you impact us. So give us the spiel and we'll take it from there.
You got it. So the spiel is I've been traveling the country for the last year, as you know, sending out as many folks from my team as possible to share that we have $100 billion. That's with a B, not an M. $100 billion to actually spend. And I'm trying to make sure that minority-owned businesses are engaged in these dollars before they're gone. This is once in a lifetime. I don't know if we will ever see these kind of dollars again. So it is vitally important that we engage now. This is an opportunity to dominate an industry that's new. We have things like offshore wind that nobody's really thinking about in our space, but they should be, right? We're looking at things like if you're doing electric vehicles, we have money for you. We have a loan program office that essentially made Tesla what it is today. We gave them a loan for over $500 million, but they paid it back. And you can pay it back. If you are operating at that level, if you have a clean energy technology, if you're doing anything in electric vehicles, come see me, right? So there's just too much money to not be out here letting folks know where the opportunities are. That's the spiel.
So great spiel. I mean, once you say 100 billion with the B, I think that's like mic drop. Let's get this money. I think that's how I feel about it.
Yes.
Talk to me about, I know your division is Minority Business and Workforce, but it's under the Office of Economic Impact and Diversity, also known as ED. Can you talk to me about what that office is about? I mean, the title alone says so much, but again, when we think about Department of Energy, I personally don't necessarily think about Black people. I don't necessarily, didn't at the time, think about the economic impact in the energy space. So can you expound on that for us?
Absolutely. So first of all, everybody uses energy, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter what part of industry you're in. I don't care if you're just doing financing. I don't care if you're selling cars. You are engaged with energy at home, anywhere in the country. You need access to it. Something as simple as charging your cell phone, there's a bill behind that, right? So we are in this space as folks of color. We're here, we are running small pockets, but we need more. So the Office of Economic Impact and Diversity was established in 1978. The office, the whole department was set up in 77. So even then, white folks in Congress knew that we had a position here. We needed this. And so over that timeline, we've been doing different things, and every administration has their own agenda. Right now, of course, we have Justice 40. We have community benefits plans. So we have put in a lot of legislation to help support community. Folks here, disadvantaged community, and they say, okay, is that just Black and brown? No, it's not. We made it a point to be inclusive. We said, look, there's going to be 36 different points that define disadvantaged community. It's things like, is there a transportation service in that community? Are there more single family households? The common denominator is actually low income. So my group is really responsible for making sure that folks internally are doing what they're supposed to do as it relates to community benefits, as it relates to Justice 40. So making sure that 40% of those benefits flow to disadvantaged communities is where we're at. Now, in order to do that, we need minority businesses to engage. So that's truly at the heart of what we're doing, is making sure people know and then providing them with assistance to actually engage. That is the purpose.
So you mentioned about the need for community businesses, minority businesses to engage. Are you able, because I understand you're a government official, you can't be saying all the secrets, you can't spill all the tea.
I'm going to tell all of it.
But can you, or are you able to mention like some highlighted businesses who have taken advantage of this opportunity? So, for example, they came to you as like, hey, heard you got the 100B, we need X. You gave it to them. What have they been doing with it?
Yeah. So there's one, because it's public information, there's a group called BOSS, and they're Black Owners of Solar Services. And back in February, we gave them $6.3 million. And essentially we said, hey, what we want you to do with this money is actually support minority businesses, getting them certified, getting them in the pipeline to actually engage, meaning help them to apply for federal funds and win. That's a big deal. We have a lot of technical assistance opportunities out there, but none of it was run by us. And that was important. When you start to see who's signing up to engage in dollars and who they're having to work with, it's important that I can walk in and say, here's my business, this is what it looks like. And that person is receptive to me, believes in me. When you don't have that because they've never seen you before, it can be really disheartening, and it can make you say, I don't want to do this with you. So we made sure that that opportunity was there. They're a phenomenal nonprofit. They're actually celebrating their 3rd anniversary today.
Nice.
And it's been 6 months since we actually provided them with dollars. And they've been moving. They've got a new cohort that's coming out. They put out an RFP to actually receive businesses. They're in their selection process, so I can't tell you who they picked, but they're selecting businesses to actually walk through an 8-week cohort and actually engage in dollars. It's a big deal.
So what I'm hearing is that BOSS is being a boss.
They're being a boss.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what we paid them to do.
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
That is some really good work. So in a perfect world where maybe we get 200 bees, 300 bees, what have you, what do you see as far as the economic impact and diversity side of this? Like, in a perfect world where we get this money, what would you like to see happen?
That is a big question, but ultimately thinking about $100 million, right? I won't even reach for the B at this moment, but $100 million in community is life-changing. It's generational change. In one community, to have a company that is operating at that level, my daughter's daughter will be able to still feel the impacts of those dollars. It is massively impactful, but if we don't engage, we will be left behind.
Yeah.
So it's vitally important that we engage. We gotta win, right? And once we win, how do we impact community? How do we actually provide quality jobs with those dollars is what I'm looking for. What does it look like to have all of your supplier diversity as folks of color? It looks good. It looks really good.
Chief Shalaya Morissette, where can the people find you and get in touch with you to get this billion?
Yeah, if you Google me, baby, right? So if you get on Google and you type in Department of Energy, Shalaya Morissette, Shalaya, last name Morissette, Morissette, you will find me. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I am probably going to be in your city soon.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Go get this money. It's out here. We warned you. We're teaching you. We here. Get this money. If you're able, get this money. And talk to this woman about how to get this money. So thank you for joining us. And we'll be back.